Poetry tends to be a solitary undertaking, but poet Rosemary Dombrowski has found an unusual way to turn this art form into an interactive experience. Using typewriters, she and her team create poetry on demand.
And I am waiting for the green mornings to come again. Several years ago, someone asked me if I would be willing to do some poetry on demand at an event. And I said, absolutely. I have a vintage typewriter. I love all things vintage, so I'm happy to do this. Once I did that first gig, the demand for it seemed to be growing pretty quickly, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep up with requests on my own. So I started asking other poets in the community how they felt about it. And I said, you know, you guys can do anything you want with it. Just keep poetry alive on Roosevelt Road. I like the visceral quality of a typewriter. I certainly like the rhythmical sound of a typewriter. For me, that's symbolic of the lyricality of a poem or the rhythm that I'm trying to find within the lines of a poem.
There's no backspace, there's no whiteout that we carry with us. It's just very authentic, it's very raw.
Can you do one for me?
Absolutely, what would you like it to be about?
Just about me.
About you?
Yeah.
Anything about you?
Anything about me.
All right.
Who do you think I am?
Who do I think you are? As soon as somebody approaches us and they ask us for a poem, we give them such an authentic emotion, an authentic experience, rather. It's how we connect with our community, really. So that's why I really like doing poetry on demand. It's why I love doing the typewriter poetry every month. It's absolutely essential to what we do and the mission of First Friday Poetry on Roosevelt Road.
It's amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
It almost seems like poetry doesn't have a place here anymore because it's so loud, because it's so chaotic. But I think this is the perfect environment because while I'm writing over there, I'm just pulling things from what I'm hearing, what I'm experiencing right now. Like if I were just alone in a room, there's so much less life to pull from, and that's what poetry is. I'm not just pulling things from out of a vacuum, just from my head. It's like all of my experiences are shared experiences with somebody else, whether I know it or not.
It is definitely difficult to have such an intimate connection or an intimate moment with somebody just, you know, on the sidewalk while everybody's running and screaming and having a great time. But it's something that we can take a pause and really feel something before we go on. I can feel the world beneath me. There is an edge, a place where I can hear nothing but cicadas. When I can connect with somebody just on a street corner, writing them a poem, we're sharing an experience, we're sharing an emotion together. So it's just the act of empathy.
Love it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's a very personal process to write someone a poem based upon their very personal request. I've seen people really, really moved by the poems. People have said to me, I cannot believe you articulated exactly what I was feeling when they only gave me a 3-word prompt to work with. So you do have to be able to connect with people in an immediate way that I don't think comes naturally to everybody. So I think the poets who love poetry on demand are people poets. They love relating to people. They love trying to get inside people's heads and hearts. And I think that's probably my jam as well.
And it's this weird kind of like combination of, you know, like the old kind of world and the new world, where you have this antique typewriters and people are like, oh, I want to Snapchat this, or I want to like, you know, can I tag you on Instagram? So I think our mission here is to bring poetry to the vernacular of the people, especially the vernacular of the people of Phoenix.
The thing about a poem is that it lives on. It makes something a little bit more permanent than we are.
Poetry is going to continue to thrive in the Valley. There's no way that the work we've put in for the past 20 years has been for naught. We've dug our heels into downtown Phoenix through all the gentrification, through all of the rebirths of Phoenix. And I think poetry gets reborn with each of those rebirths as well. We're not going anywhere.